Hey, yo, it's Guido coming at you with the Tactics Talk. Welcome back, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate the support of the channel. As always, on this episode of World of Tanks, we have uDEZ, or uDEZ. It is uDEZ, or uDEZ 16, Tier 10, medium tank. And he is on mine, spawned into the north, the good side, and headed up towards the hill. You can see the EBR and the 1357 are about to go up there. Something interesting is going to happen here. His team is going to lose the hill initially, but watch what happens. We're going to go ahead. He's going to have a nifty little game. A nifty game. I said nifty. That's exactly right. You can see that their AMX 30 goes up. Their 1375. Their Progetto. They're backed up with a Object 430. A couple other guys down there. And our hero says, well, I'm not going to just drive up there and die. And all of a sudden a guard goes by. And the guard says, you know what? I'm retaking the hill. And the Chrysler case says, me too. And the PR says, yep. And the Conqueror says, I'm with you guys. And here we go. So they lost the hill to what was a pretty good force. And now there's going to be a massive scrap to retake it. And that is what you've got to do if you lose the hill. At some point, you want to try to retake it. These guys, for whatever reason, it's just one of those things where a team sort of gelled together and all decided to go at the same time. And they've lost some dudes for it. The Chrysler K died for it. The guard died for it. But there they are up on the hill. And now they are wrecking the rest of the guys. It looks like the Progetto is going to make a runner. I'm not sure. He does get away, but not with all his hit points. Down goes the EBR Hotchkiss, and the Progetto bails off the hill. All of a sudden, we've got a Black Prince and a Super. And I would imagine these two guys right now think that they own the hill. They probably are in tunnel vision and have not really paid attention. But the Black Prince is now aware of our hero's presence. Puts a shot into him. He's able to drop another 300. Oh, look at that, 454. One thing about this tank's gun is it does hit hard for a medium tank. Pretty long reload. Poor Black Prince is not going to get away. So the TP, 50 TP PR, and our hero uDEZ own the hill. So they have retaken it. Now there were quite a few losses. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that necessarily that was the greatest idea at the time, but you may have wanted to whittle him down. However, he took advantage of the situation, and here he is, the owner of the hill, the owner of a lonely heart, up on the hill with his PR buddy. The Conqueror is alive. The T-34. T-54 has moved across over on the west side, and he's on the island, and all of a sudden, uDEZ's team is in pretty good shape, even though they're losing slightly 5-6. Does a nice job using the hydraulics. See how he moves very slowly, and he's able to get that extra depression out of the hydraulics. If you move too fast, then the hydraulic assist goes away and you don't get that good depression. You can see how flat this tank is. It's only got something like 4 or 5 degrees depression unless the hydraulics kick in. So he's able to take that 152 down, and he swings back here. Now, this is the only place I really have much of a quibble with the way he played. I might have tried to work on the Tiger II and the WZ, more than going back here and allowing things like the WT Panzer IV to have potential shots on me. These campers back here aren't doing anything. It would be nice to get rid of the Tiger II. And I think going over to about this position here on the hill, on that little overlook where the Leo is, and maybe start working on him. Have to be careful about not being seen by the WZ. And now he's back over here. So that's really my only quibble with the way he handled this up here. I talk about it a lot, but why bring guys into the battle that aren't going to do anything? But he swings back because he is seeing that the T-54 is moving up, and he, I just noticed the name on that guy on the T-54. I fart sprinkles? Is that what it says? I fart sparkles, not sprinkles, sparkles. I think uDEZ was a little bit irritated by that miss right there. Or was it a damage, a crit no damage or something? But he takes out the P-54TR, and now we've got this nice juicy target of the WT. It'd be really nice if we had some HE loaded there, but that's just one of those things you can't always anticipate. And forcing a reload is probably not a great idea. We're kind of looking at this guy for a while. I would have blown that guy off. I think the T-54 has him handled. He gets hit again right there. And that's what you're going to do. You're going to ignore that guy. There we go. I fart sparkles. Took care of that guy. Now there's just 3 of them, and we've got to figure out a deal with them. You've got the high ground. I like this little move right here. It was nicely done. And the WZ, I think the WZ you're seeing, so I think he thinks he's not seen potentially. He comes around there and then eats 379 for his efforts. Nice timing shot. You saw him moving. That's a skill you guys need to work on. right there. If you don't have it, watch as the little icon moves around. Another nice shot. Too bad it was only a crit, no damage right there. As that icon starts moving towards open ground, just get in there and be ready. And unfortunately, he repairs or decides to move at the last moment. You don't get a shot. Again, I think I would have slid over and tried to work on the Tiger too. Granted, you have to watch out for the WZ, and your patience was rewarded with another 380 hit points onto that guy. I think this is a 390 gun, is that right? Yeah, it's a 390 gun. Got a lot of low rolls here, actually. We got a 380, a 379, a 377, a 365, a 346. Holy cow. Not one high roll. Now, some of them are relatively low low rolls, high low rolls, however you want to call it right there. But that's quite a few in a row. I did see a 400 something earlier. So he's come up around behind here, and this was an interesting decision. I don't know if I would have abandoned the hill. Let's talk about this for just a second. They've got a good advantage right now. They're looking at a 5-3, but the enemy tanks are all together. And the Scorpion's way over here. The 34 is capping. Why wouldn't he be? The T-54 is... Where is that guy? I'm trying to find him. Where is... Oh, he's behind you. Okay, so he's got a 100% iFart Sparkles is over there. So they're in pretty good shape. And between the T-54 and uDEZ here, they do good work. But I might have stayed up on the hill and looked to shoot down on those guys, as opposed to come to this place where you're going to give some of them some shots. So you come in here, you do a nice job on the IS, and then you tuck in. You might have thought right here, like, ooh, man, I'm in a little bit of trouble here. I'm kind of getting double tapped by these dudes. But they rage forward looking for shots. They both eat one. The WZ is going to get another piece of you. And now you're a one-shot to the WZ. And we're going to kill the IS there. He took a shot, I believe, at the T-54. Always good to take advantage of when somebody shoots. Much like right here, the WZ is not going to have time to reload. And boom, down he goes. Nicely done, and only a Tiger 2. The Tiger 2 has ring around the rosy. He's gone all the way back around there. And that was an interesting choice to me. I think he was going back to cap because he was worried about the T-34 capping. But had he thrown his gun into that mix, they might have beat you guys there, or at least come close. But his only chance really to decap was to do what he's doing. He eats a shot. And unfortunately for uDEZ, on his 5,800 damage game, the T-34 is actually going to cap out. And in the last shot misses. That's a bummer. Could have pushed it up over 6,000. But in any event, man, nicely done. 7 kills, 5,844 damage. A great example of some primary terrain lost early, but taking advantage of his team's aggressiveness to push back up and take it. Sneaks up onto the hill with a tier 10 medium in a 3-tier battle as a top tier, and he's able to just go about his business wrecking face. Thanks for sending in that replay, man. That was a good one and a good example of how to be a top tier medium and make the difference. For everybody else, thanks for tuning in, and as always, we will see you.